I do put some little different ways you could do this. Hey, welcome to Rusty Bow. Today, gonna pick out a piece of steel and make an arrowhead. It's we get a little bit of relief from the cold. It's in the 20s, low 20s, but it's going to be dipping back into single and negative digits for the next 3 days. So just gonna do an arrowhead this week and maybe make an arrow. So stay tuned. Okay, I have here an old farm cutting blade from an old farm tractor or something, and I'm going to cut just a piece off enough for the arrowhead. I'm going to do something, use a different kind of steel than I've been using. It's a piece of scrap and rusty. I'm going to normalize it. I'm going to cut it, normalize it, and then work it into an arrowhead. So. That is the piece right there that I'm going to use. So. Alright, just a quick note. I had a few easy choices today. I mean, I got lots of scrap, but the easy choices were an old punch, a little piece of a lug wrench, both which would have been fine steel for an arrowhead, or this cutting blade from an old farming tractor, which I've used for plenty of other things. A lot of times for folding into pattern welding and stuff like that. But it's the round stock, frankly, would be the quicker and easier way to go. But we get a little bored with that and kind of want to work with something different. So I'm going to work with this and turn this into a hopefully respectable arrowhead. Okay, I'm going to let this normalize. Tested non-magnetic, so I brought it up to critical temperature. Just going to let it normalize so that when I go to work it, it doesn't crumble, break, crack, anything like that. I want the steel to, in my words, be a little more relaxed. So one of the things I'm going to do is where the actual edge of this cutting blade was, I'm going to knock that back a bit, and I'm going to upset it and start from more of a proper block then. And I'll probably make that the tang too, so just because. Okay, it's gone to black. It's still a little hot, but I think it's going to be okay to work with. If this was something other than an arrowhead, I would have actually put it more over by the fire and let it normalize just so it cools more slowly, because it is pretty cold out here. But like I said, it's just an arrowhead. I think it's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure too there's way more steel here than I need, so I'll have to sort that out. But I could just cut this blade off too, but I don't really want to. I want to work with that. So I think how I'm going to sort this out as far as the mass, too much mass goes, is I'm going to lengthen this. I think I need maybe mass to hit with. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to get another hammer. So we're going to things I want to do is just kind of touch that up a little bit. There, oh, more of a bar. Okay. All right, I think now we're starting to get there. Okay, so, yeah, which one was the blade again? I don't really remember, so I think we are going to work with that end as the arrowhead. All right, so because this is going to be the arrowhead, I'd like to actually bulk this up just a little bit. I kind of want the option of having a bigger arrowhead than I've been making lately. I used to make some really huge arrowheads. I mean, way overboard. But still, it's kind of fun to make a bigger arrowhead now and then. And since I can make any damn arrowhead I want, that's what I'm going to do. So, bulk this up just a wee bit. There'll be a lot of waste here, I think, but deal with it. So one thing I have to say about this is even after normalizations, this is very hard steel. I'm going to start rounding this, I think, just a little bit, just to soften the corners so we don't get any old chunks. But there's going to be a lot of weight. I'm going to have to cut a bit off of this. That's just fine, because that gives me more to hang on to as I'm working the head. One of the things I'm going to start doing first is rounding this out a little bit. And just want to get I probably differ from a lot of other blacksmiths who are much better than me in this, but what I'm doing here to round off these corners is glancing blows back. So, and I'll kind of address the downside, the other side of this when I set her down and work on the sides, but I just want to make sure there's no cold shunts here. I can start working this now a little bit more. There's a lot of, I could have prepped it, before I brought it out to work on it, but I'm not really looking to be grinder man any more than necessary. So there's some simple skills that are just good to have in general. And again, this is like I'm doing glancing blows back towards me to minimize or just really stop any curling of the edges. So, all right, let's see this. So I think this is going to be a pretty wide arrow. to go too far. There we go. Perfect. Easier ways to do what I'm doing now. If I had done certain things in the beginning, my life would have been, my work here would be a lot easier, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm going to take this, what was just a few moments ago, frozen mud, and mud up this freshly milled arrowhead for a differential heat treatment quench. Alright, so what I'm going to do, put some little different ways you could do this, and different blacksmiths who do what I do it differently, but basically the idea is to put some lines on there to, I guess, when it's quenching, to kind of take up some of the tension away from the edge so that the edge doesn't crack. And I've had pretty good luck, but knock on wood, you know, you always worry that each time it's going to be the bad one. I haven't really had a problem with the arrowheads. Actually, I haven't really had a problem with, since I've been doing this, with pretty much anything. But before I started doing this, I have definitely cracked some things. So this does make a difference, and it gives you some pretty interesting patterns too once it's quenched. Ideally, I would like to have like a very fine paintbrush or something. But actually a sharpened chopstick works great. It's a little more like a pen than, you know, I'd like to sometimes put a little more flair in things, but that's okay. Not super necessary. Alright. Just add a little more here. Got my fingers are numb. It's so cold. So I'm going to have to be quick with this quench because it's so cold. I'm not even going to check to see if it's magnetic. When I pull it out, I'm just going to pull it out, quench it. It's just, I don't trust the cold not to screw up my timing. So, all right. Okay, the clay is dry, and now I'm going to quench this arrowhead. Test that first. I'm going to file over the edge because I want to see. Okay, it doesn't seem to be doing anything, so it seem to be biting. Okay, so you can see the Hamann on there, and let me get the other side here. You can see, I think this one may be a little better in parts. This is not nearly as pronounced as a lot of them that I've had, and I think it's because of the steel. This is a type of steel I haven't used in a while, so I don't know if it's an alloy or whatever or something else, but old enough where maybe not, I don't know. But it's going to be a good arrowhead. That much I can tell. Oh yeah, and I also added these goofy little fullers just because I wanted to do that. So. All right, here's the arrow I made, and the whole thing, oak dowel, turkey feathers, my fletching job, and of course the arrowhead. And I don't know if you can see on there or not, but there's a Hamann, and I will be testing this shortly. Well, when I got up this morning, it dipped down to -12 from -9. But thankfully, since then, it's gone up to -2. So not horrifically cold, just damn cold. No. But I did get an arrow in, and whole thing. I think I'm going to be making a bunch of these because I got to refill the quiver of doom, and I'm not buying them like I was. I'm not buying the bamboo arrows. I like the bamboo arrows, but not buying them right now. So it's going to be oak dowels, turkey feathers, and my own forged arrowheads. So along with a bunch of other stuff I'll be making. But at any rate, not going to test this today because, like I said, it's cold. I really don't feel like pushing the archery into it right now, but I will pretty soon. It's supposed to be warming up next week, so maybe next week, we'll see. But till then, hope you had a good week, and hope your coming week is good, and I'll see you on the other side next one. You stay well. Be good.